Hi, I'm Bhavik Thakkar. Welcome to Bititude. If you're more comfortable with Hindi language, please hit the I button and watch the Hindi version of exact same video. But if you are comfortable with English, let's carry on. Well, in this particular video, I've come up with the very interesting question from Time and Work. Now, the question is too big, as you can see, and this is not the usual kind of question which is asked in prelim exam or like CMET exam. This is kind of a question which would rather be asked in the mains exam if you are appearing for bank or staff selection SSC CGL, or it may be asked in a difficult kind of MBA entrance like CAT. Fine. So it's not going to be easy. You can actually pause this video and try to solve it on your own. Look, as I told you, you will get at least 2 minutes to solve this kind of a question, because in mains you can afford to take 2 minutes. In CAT you can afford to take 2 minutes to solve a question. Of course, the challenge in this particular question is it has got so much data, and that is the sole purpose of asking this question from examiner point of view. They want to check whether you are able to understand all the data together or not. Is your mind good enough, big enough to store all the data in your mind and process them at one go? That is what they want to check. Fine. So it's going to be really interesting. We are going to solve it very easily. Fine. The only thing is that if you know the basics right, you can answer this question. Fair enough, right? Let's get started. So, as I told you, let's get this one started, but please try to solve it on your own. You may take 5 minutes, 7 minutes, 10 minutes, doesn't matter. It's very important for you to give it a go, because when you have tried before, you know the aspects related to the question, you know the concepts related to the questions, and you might have brainstormed them, which will make it easier for you to concentrate when I'll be explaining the question to you. Fine. So let's have a look at the question. What we'll do is, we need some space to work, right? So we'll do it here, fine, in the next slide. So let's have a look at the question and we'll solve it in the next slide. The question says P and Q together can complete a work in 2/3 times more than the time taken by R and S together. As soon as you look at the statement, you know, I have already trained you on ratio part. When the ratio is not directly given, when there are sentences which describe the ratio, how to convert those sentences, that particular sentence into ratio is very important. So, if you have studied under me or if you have watched my videos before, you know that 2/3 more time, that means 2 more than 3. So, instead of 3, 2 more, that is 5. You are taking 5. So, that means if R and S are taking 3 times, P and Q are taking 5 times. 2/3 more time, that is 2 more over 3. So 3 plus 2, they are taking 5 times as compared to 3 that is taken by R and S. Now at the same time, that is what is important, the basics. If you know the basics well, it won't take any time. In a second, you will understand, okay, 2/3 more is 3 and 5. And at the same time, if you have studied variation under me, then you would know that work and time would be in inverse relationship. So at one go, you will understand that this means P and Q are doing only 3 works and R and S are doing actually 5 works, right? Because work will be inversely related to time. The double your efficiency, fine, the half the time you will take. Fair enough. So now we can understand on the basis of this that R and S are doing 5 work, then P and Q are doing 3 work. So we can actually write that P plus Q's work as compared to R plus S work are in the ratio of 3:5. That's all we can say. We cannot say anything else now. Alright then. Let's move to the previous one. When R started work alone and on second day P joined him, then the remaining work is completed in 18 days. So as you read it, you must be able to understand that R is actually working for 19 days because P is joining a day later and he is working for 18 days. Fine. So that means 18 days of P's work plus 19 days of R work and your work is completed. This is another thing you are getting. We don't know how much is P's work, how much is R works, right? Then they are saying Q can complete the whole work alone in 20 days. That means 20 days Q's work is also the whole work. So you can actually say this is nothing but 20Q. We don't know again how much work is Q doing. Then it says R takes 70% more times than Q to complete the whole work alone. 70% more than 20, that is what? 14 days more. 20 plus 14 is 34 days. So you can actually say 34 days of R work is also the full work. So that means the full work can be completed in 3 different ways. Either R works for 34 days, Q works for 20 days, or P works for 18 and R works for 19. As you can see here, right? P joined, R was working alone, so he was there for the whole 19 days, but P joined from the second day, so P was only there for 18 days. Fair enough, everything, right? Now, as soon as I finish it up, as soon as I write this, I can understand 2 things. One, 20Q is equal to 34R, that means Q by R is equal to 34 by 20, that is 17 by 10. That means Q is doing 17 work and R is doing 10 work. That's the ratio between them. Because 20 into 17 is 340, 34 into 10 is also 340, right? So at one go you should be able to understand this will give you the ratio between Q's and R's work, because everything has to be translated in work, right? Instead of time. Like here also we were given time, 2/3 more time, but we translated it into the work because we can add the work. Work is easier to solve, as you might have known before in the time and work question. We translate everything into work. So here Q is doing 17 work, R is doing 10 work. That's the ratio of them. Now what about these 2 equations? This, forget about this here. 18P plus 19R is equal to 34R. Let us send 19R to that side. We can say 18P is equal to 34 minus 19, that is 15R. So here also we can say P is to R, we can find P is to R, right? Again one equation. 18, 15, the LCM is 90. So 18 into 5 is 90, 15 into 6 is 90. There you go. You got 2 ratios. So you have to be good with the ratios as well. Fine? To understand this kind of the question and to develop this kind of understanding. And that is what we do at Bittitude. We start from the very basics. Fine? We teach you step by step. So in case you are getting this, great. But if you're not, or if you've got a friend who is preparing from the very basics and he needs this basic understanding, we have got our online and offline batches both going on. Fine? And the online batches are almost simulated as if it is offline. So in case you are not living in Ahmedabad, that is also going to be a big advantage for you, because our online classes are as real as it can be. Fine? And we are going to teach you these things step by step, one by one, so that ultimately you develop this kind of logic where you can answer the question something like this as we are doing. Alright then, here, once you get 2 ratios, we should be able to know how to combine them, right? So here, who is the common? Like this is Q and R, this is P and R. Obviously, R is the common one. So you can say PQR. Let's find the ratio. Now R is common. R is doing 10 work here. Here is doing 6. What's the LCM of 10 and 6? 30. Let us put 34R. If R is doing 30 work, right? 30. As we know, this is 10 into 3, then 17 into 3. Q is doing 51 work because we have to maintain the ratio. 6 into 5 is 30, 5 into 5 is 25. There you go. We got the ratio P, Q and R's work. Now once you got that, you can actually put into this equation to get the S work out, right? So if you put P is 25, Q is 51 for example, then it becomes 76 upon R is 30 plus S. 30 plus S is equal to 3 by 5. Alright, solving this equation, let's solve it here. We can say 380 is equal to 90 plus 3S. 90 plus 3S. That means 3S is equal to 290 and S is equal to 290 by 3. So there you go. We got also S work, which is 290 by 3. Fair enough, right? So this is what, and these all things should have been done within a minute, not more than that. If you're good enough with your basics, I'm explaining right now. But if you're good, thorough with your basics of ratio, it shouldn't be taken more than a minute. Now once you understand that, then you will go further. You will see if time taken by S alone is decreased by 13%. That means if he is taking only 87 minutes instead of 100, 13% less, that means he is doing 100 work instead of 87. Again that inverse relationship. Fine. So he is doing 100 work instead of 87. Who? S. So S efficiency is increased, because when time is decreased, his efficiency is actually increased from 87 to 100. So if you understand S efficiency, which was 290 by 3, it is now from 87 to 100 it has become. So it has become into 100 by 87. Now these are the basic concepts. Most of the students don't even realize that that means it is 100 by 87. So all those basics are already explained in the basic videos and basic lectures. Fine. So join our batch in case you are not getting it. If you are getting it, great. Fine. That means you are almost prepared. All you need to do is just to practice. Keep watching our videos and you will get good questions. Alright then. Once you do this, 29 into 10. Okay. So 29 into 3. So you can say 1000 by 9. So instead of 290 by 3, now he is doing 1000 by 9 work. Let's forget this. 1000 upon 9. Fair enough. Alright then. Now what the question says. Now question says, if P and S together are assigned to do a job, P and S together, then in 5 days, what % of work they will be able to complete? P and S together are doing the work. But now let us define the total work. Now as we know, total work was 20 Q. Let's say Q is 51. So 51 into 20, or you can say 30 into 34. Either way you are going to get your total work. 34 into R or 20 into Q, either way. So let's say 20 into Q, 51 is nothing but 1020, right? So total work is 1020. Fair enough. Now who are on it? P and S are on it. So they will be doing 25 plus 1000 by 9, which will be 225, 1225 by 9. They will be doing 1225 by 9 work together. 25 plus 1000 by 9 in one day. But we were asked how many days? 5 days. In 5 days, what % of work they will complete? In 5 days, they will do this much work, which is actually 6125 by 9 work. 6125 by 9 work. So this is what they will complete out of this 1020 total work. We are supposed to find out the percentage. Let's send 9 here into 9. So that becomes 9180. Now we are supposed to find out this percentage. 6125 is what percentage of 9180? And we are not actually going to multiply this fraction by 100 and going to get it exactly, because we are supposed to find out the approximate answer, right? Now, if you're good with your percentage, again, the basics, the concept is the king, fine. If you are good with your percentage, you will understand 6, 9, it is 2/3, and 125, 180 is almost 2/3 too, right? So 2/3 is 66.66%. So your answer has to be around that, 66.66%. What was it? It's 67 is given, right? So if you are really good with your basics and fundamentals, even the big question becomes easy for you. It might have taken 2 minutes or even 3 minutes, but even if you are able to solve this kind of the question in 3 minutes, you're good to go, right? Because in mains exam, you get that kind of a time, or in CAT exam, you get that kind of a time. 2 minutes is a good deal, fine. And actually, after a good amount of practice, this shouldn't be taking more than 2 minutes. Fair enough then. So I hope you enjoyed this. Fine. I hope you enjoyed the process too. Look, it's a bit lengthy. I can understand it's not for all of you. But those who are really working hard on this kind of the exams, they should be able to learn this. And let me know in the comment box if you really want this kind of the tough questions in the future or not. Fine. Alright then, I hope you enjoyed the video. Fair enough. Keep watching, keep learning and keep enjoying.